Saturday morning.
Sunday morning for you, mate. It's Sunday night for us. We usually record on a Sunday night. It used to be Mondays, but I think it just left everything a bit too last minute.
Yeah.
And
And then got to edit it either that night or the next morning quickly.
well, I've been editing that Tuesday morning, but now like I'm going back to a different job, so it's sort of like, oh well, now I'm gonna kind of need that Tuesday morning to work.
Exactly.
So, yeah, Sunday is probably better for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are you up to this weekend, Reeps?
Oh, I mean, it's probably a chilled weekend for me. I normally have Saturdays off and then Sundays I'm working, but thankfully I haven't got too many appointments tomorrow. So it's just a chill weekend, really, with the missus.
Fuck yeah.
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 I learned how to do CPR again today.
Yeah.
Yeah. It always cracks me up when you go there. Like I've done for my job, originally you had to do it every 6 months, CPR training, and now it's once a year. But like every time you go in there, if you have a new teacher, they will say something and it like kind of clicks in my head. I'm like, that's not what they said last time. Or no, I'm sure that's not what it's meant to be. Like, I remember once we had it there where they said like, you don't do breaths, just compressions only, no breaths.
No breaths?
Yeah, because supposedly when you do the compression, your lungs bellow.
Yeah.
And
So
it'll actually depress and they'll bellow and it'll pop out air and intake air, just like a balloon, like a bellow.
Yeah.
So you do chest compressions and then what? Like you don't do the whole like breathing into their mouth.
You don't
You
have
just
to
keep doing the compressions.
But I mean, in saying that though, when you start CPR, if it's not in the workplace, if you just do compressions, no one's ever going to get up you. They're actually probably going to go, thank you for doing compressions. I understand why you didn't do the mouth. Thank you for doing compressions. Like no one's ever going to fucking say, oh, you did a shit job. You should have breathed.
Maybe they're just letting you down easy because if you did the breathing with you, they'd just have a load of hair in their mouth.
I'm sure they'd be right.
They're just letting you down easy.
If they survive, I'm sure they'll be happy to have a bit of my pubic hair in their mouth. Yeah. But like one of them was like, oh, if you think, just touch them with the back of your hand just to make sure they're not like being electrocuted. And I'm like, if they're being electrocuted, touch the back of your hand, like you're fucked too.
Yeah.
If they're down and dead because of electricity, like what the fuck do you think's going to happen to you? You're going to blow your hand off. Like, oh my God, it was the dumbest thing I've ever. I was like, oh my, I might have to be finished because my missus did first aid, did that, and then continued on to do first aid for early childhood. Like she had to do infant first aid.
First aid, yeah.
And I said to her, I was like, if you think someone's electrocuted, do not fucking touch them. You have to let them die. Like, don't touch them because you'll die too.
Yeah.
The wrong thing to do.
What would the back of the hand even change though?
So when you get electrocuted, all your muscles contract. So if you touch with the front of your hand, what would happen is all your muscles contract and you grab on and you wouldn't be able to let go. If you do your back of your hands, your bicep would contract and you just hit yourself in the face. But what would actually happen is if it's large enough voltage to drop a human being, it'd be 240. So more than likely, if it's dropping someone down, it's gonna like have an entry wound and then an exit wound. So to go into your hand and probably out through your foot, it's got like a small hole through you. And if it goes across here down, it can stop your heart too, and you just fall over and just be incapacitated, just like the person before. I don't know.
That's laying next to each other, like, well, that's how it is.
This is coming from the electrician as well.
Yeah, that's what I've done. Like, we had to do LVR rescue, which is low voltage rescue, and you don't fucking touch the people. Wrong.
No.
But yeah. But hey, welcome to episode 14 of the podcast. We've got a guest back again since before we started doing topics. For Christmas, we got a new guest in. Our fucking one of our best friends in all of the world, DS Reaper, or Ben. He's going to be in to talk with us about Mario. So Super Mario is our topic for this week. He is fucking Super Mario nerd himself.
Quite a big fan.
I suck at most of the Super Marios, but in saying that, Super Mario one of the Super Mario games is actually one of my top 5 favorite games of all time. So I'm looking forward to this as well. And
absolutely,
Magpie probably likes Mario too.
This would be a bit of a learning curve because I haven't played a lot of Mario.
Really?
So yeah. So I think it's going to be a nice little learning curve for me and, learn some things I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's like the granddaddy of side-scrolling games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it is a classic. Everyone knows of Mario, whether you're a gamer or not, everyone knows about Mario.
Yeah.
And, there was, back in the day, it was that kind of fight between Mario and Sonic. Sonic was Sega, Mario was Nintendo, and then Nintendo just went, all right, we'll just use Sonic in our games. And then they had Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. Kind of like a nice little, finish for their little battle. Yeah.
It's like Sonic was going so fast, he tripped over and fell over and died. And then Crash Bandicoot tried to have a bit of a go, and Nintendo's just like, Mario the fuck out of him. Like, I got like the game of like the Mario game list, and holy fuck, there is a lot of like Mario games or Mario-esque games that like have a spin-off from it. Like, the list is huge.
Yeah.
Hundreds and
not
hundreds
to mention the amount of games that aren't even the games that aren't even Mario games that he just somehow makes an appearance in anyway. He's
like all the Game and Watch games, they're all Mario in there too.
Yeah. To be fair, like some people you might say like, they're milking Mario, right? Because you've got Mario Kart 8 and then they're going to make a 9 and a 10 and stuff like that. But I mean, it's a classic that will always remain family friendly. You've got your Super Smash Bros. You've got your Mario Kart, your Mario parties, and it is a really fun, like family game. You can't really like play. Oh, do you want to play Resident Evil with the family? You can't. It's not
Magpie does.
Well, to be fair, I'll definitely do co-op. But it's the only game that me, my brother, and my missus have managed to play together, and it's Mario Kart and Mario Party, and it's hilarious.
I have to agree too. My missus likes Mario games.
This goes back onto like our Nintendo episode, like when Tommy and I were talking about Nintendo. They found something and stuck to it, and that was like they found Mario. They knew how big or saw how big he was getting and stuck to it and made it even bigger.
They just franchised him good.
Yeah.
They just franchised him good. That's all it is. They just franchised him real good, and yeah.
And then they merchandise the hell out of the Mario universe with stuff like this. Going on, which I bought into. And then I think what it is they still give. I mean, some of the characters you don't get as much merchandise or attention to, but everyone knows that you got Mario, Luigi. And Yoshi. Everyone loves Yoshi. And I think that was to appeal to like me, either the younger audience or maybe to appeal to other audiences to find something cute, It's like this day and age with the Star Wars, they brought in like Baby Yoda and or Grogu, as his real name is. And then like millions of girls started watching it because they were like, he's cute as hell. Now, I know that obviously this day and age, it doesn't matter what sex or gender. I say you can watch whatever the hell you want, whoever the hell you are. But that did bring in more of a different audience. And I think that's, with characters like Yoshi and stuff, he's a cute little dinosaur and it worked.
Yeah.
Of course it worked.
Hey, he's a cute little dinosaur, but he is also like the thing of nightmares if you really look at him. He's a little bit.
How you look at him.
I don't know. He's a little bit like, oddly shaped, and he's pretty quick at eating things and shitting them into an egg. Before we go too much further, sorry, do you be watching the IPL auction, Magpie? I'm sorry, it's just come up on my thing.
I've seen a couple of them.
You see that fucking Mitch Marsh sold for like fucking more than Dave Warner?
Yep. You see Suresh Raina hasn't been bought yet.
Steve Smith didn't get a single bid.
I know. And Pat Cummins, is that off to the Knight Riders? Like, I saw a fair bit. Like even Faf du Plessis put his name into the auction. Quentin de Kock's in there. They all got bid.
Harshal Patel, who only just made his T20 fucking international debut last November, sold for $2 million.
Yep.
Now I understand that anyone from England who watches the football and stuff, you're like, that's pittance money. For cricket, that's huge. Holy fuck, that's huge.
considering all they got to do is, especially if you're a bowler, all you need to do is bowl 4 overs a game.
Yeah. He still have to bowl pretty good overs though.
Yeah,
Pat Cummins sold for
1.34 million or something.
Yeah, down from the 3.17 or something you made last year.
Yeah. And he's still the number 1 test bowler in the world and Australian captain. So
see what I don't understand there is why did no one did they? Why didn't no one pick up Josh Hazelwood?
Don't know.
He just bowled 4 for 12.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the bowler of the tournaments in the last IPL and the last T20 World Cup.
Last T20 World Cup, yeah.
Why was he not picked?
Oh, I don't know.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
And what's this NRL game that's on at the moment?
The
Maoris versus Indigenous.
Yeah.
Oh, they're up 16-10.
The Maldives are up 16-10.
How did you say it?
The Maldives.
Is that how you actually say it?
That's how you say it. You got to roll the R.
Good.
The Maldives.
Maldives. I'm really like Maldives. It's one of those things that like I can't. Even when I'm trying to learn like other languages like Turkish, I can't say it because you feel like you're being like a bit racist when you try to say it, but you're not because like you just can't roll your R's like you're meant to, or like what's it, Spanish words and stuff like that. You're meant to like roll an R or like hold an S or something like that. It's like we don't speak like that.
Yeah. And
I'd say the thing with Spanish is that you have to kind of add the slight bit of exotic to it. And it's not as easy as it sounds. I learned Spanish for like 5 years in school, and I can't remember half the stuff that I learned. But when I go to Spain, they come up to me and they've got this like, how can I help you, sir? And then I'm one of those sorts of people that I want to try. At least I'm trying, know. And I know that us British people, we have a really bad rap where if you get those typical British people that will go to another country and because they don't speak the language, they just shout. And I hate that because they do, and I've seen it. They go, "I want the lasagna," and I'm like, "Oh, just try and say it, just try and say something."
Like
but they do. They just shout, and the waiter probably looks at them and goes, "Shut up, you twat." Like,
when you try to like put on that little bit of an accent, like put some flavor in trying to say it, you just get that little like, "Oh, is that racist? What I just did is like, should I not be doing that?" Am I like mocking them by saying it like that?
Did I say that right?
Well, you probably think I'm mocking you. Or is it when I first met
I don't care. Like none of us probably don't care. But like you sort of do like at the back of your mind, you're sort of like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said it like that. Maybe I should just lean into it, say it like an Australian and let them correct me later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm sort of trying to do, I think, at the start, when I'm trying to learn languages now.
I'm at Magpie and I tried an Australian accent, and it's English, right? It's just English with an accent. It's not a different language. And I think it was your missus that was just like, that was fucking terrible.
Yeah,
it was Sammy
Try
that
for
was
us
just
now.
like, that is the worst.
I
can't. It's embarrassing. Oh,
it's hard. You start laughing, and once you start laughing, your cheeks will pop up. Try like. The best way you can do it is just quickly go over to the desk, hit your head as hard as you can against the desk, knock about 50 IQ out, and then try talking. You should be right.
See, that's what they say, is that the Australian accent is basically like a very casual British accent. Like you have the sort of slight, you always sound just a little bit drunk, maybe just like, oh, good day, mate.
A bit of
right?
in there.
But then the thing is with me is because you're Australian, you will definitely 100% tell the difference between an Australian accent and a New Zealand accent. But being British, I can't tell that difference. So like, I know that they kind of have, I think. So I watch Viva la Dirt League, right? And they're amazing.
How awesome are they?
Right. And Viva la Dirt League, like I look at them and at first I was like, oh, they're Australian because I just related to Australia. And then it turns out then, they're Kiwi.
They are holding my fucking headphone microphone. They are weirdly, a lot of them don't sound that New Zealanderish.
Yeah.
Don't feel offensive, like feel like you have missed one there. They kind of don't. It's every now and again they'll do a character or do a voice, they'll sound it a bit. And there's like that fellow they get in there, Ben, he sounds New Zealander, but like a few of them don't.
Yeah.
Like when they get that
Ben.
when they get that the fatter guy in there that thinks he's real sexy. That guy,
Yeah.
the mechanic. He sounds really New Zealander. He's really thick New Zealand accent, but the rest of them, nah, they don't really sound like Ellie, the girl they get on there. She sounds really New Zealander.
She's amazing.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a culture shock for Reeps. Like we've jumped into he'd come over to the Australian servers on COD and he was talking, and because Australian and New Zealand, it's the same servers. And he's talking, he's like, oh, where are you from in Australia? To these other people. I'm just like, bro, they're Kiwi. Straight up. I was like, they're Kiwi.
We're and Kiwi, bro.
The guys are like, yeah, he's right. Don't even fucking think we're Australian. Just absolutely giving him shit. I'm like, bro, this is the first time he's probably heard a Kiwi and an Aussie side by side.
If you hear him say "chur" or "bro," we say, we go like, we're like, "Hey, bro, how you going?" They're like, "Bro," like sort of hot. It's really quick. It's like saying like a one-letter word, "bro."
Yeah, bro.
See, the thing that I noticed about Australians, and probably why I get on with Australians quite well, is like I haven't met a dickhead Australian. I mean, you guys, you guys are dickheads, right? You guys are dickheads, but like there's so many like overly like aggressive or just constantly angry people in Britain. But when I went onto the Call of Duty servers when we were playing Australian, me and Magpie were playing with randomers, and they would still actually talk. Every time I go into a randomer with British, never get any talking. But on Australians, they're like, yeah, that was a good shot, mate.
But then have him. if you die over on on the Pommy servers, they all give you shit like, oh fuck yeah, they're all right there, rah. Whereas like, no matter what you do over on our servers, we give you shit. Like if you run with me and Tommy, and you have before, we're gonna give you shit, and you're gonna give us shit. Go and play with a couple of Tommy's mates, and they'll give you some shit. They will give you shit.
We don't even. We give each other that much shit. We don't even play it anymore. Like we just sort of like it ends up being in Barney's.
It's a good thing that they live in like different states. Otherwise, if they live next door to each other, there'd be like coppers there every day. Like this is the shit that goes on.
You'd be right, eh?
Yeah, well, it's all good. What
go on.
What games have we been into this week, boys?
Pokemon. I can't even deny it.
Pokemon. Yeah, I've been playing some Pokemon too. Not as much as Reaper. I've been a little bit on and off on gaming again this week. Hopefully this from now on I'll be back to 6 days a week streaming and gaming. I've been playing the new season of Apex.
Hey, you liking it?
Pretty sick. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, the new gun rotation's good. Few buffs and few nerfs of vehicle of like guns and characters.
Yeah. As there always is with new seasons.
I don't know about the new character. I have no desire to purchase her. I think she's kind of half trash, but I mean, I've never used her though, so maybe she's good, but I don't know. That right grenade seems pretty cool, but I couldn't really give two shits about it.
Yeah, you might see her phased out in the next couple of weeks, like because it's like new season, the opening week of the season, like everyone's going to rush to buy her and try her out, but then everyone's going to fall back to their main.
Yeah, but I mean, like Ash was even trash. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but then there's some people that are just goated with Ash. It's just those different ways that they can play it.
Yeah, I've been using Wraith a bit now. It's fun to use. Yeah, I've never used Wraith before, but I've just been using it since the new season, and she's probably my new main.
Stop playing Pokemon, Ben.
I'm not playing, but I'm genuinely not playing Pokemon.
But yeah, I've been playing a bit of Pokemon as well. But I mean, like, Benny's fucking way ahead of me. Like, he's probably nearly finished the game. I only just beat my first when they go all yellow. I don't know, overlords, whatever they are. I only just started riding the reindeer.
That's fun though. It gets you from A to B a lot quicker.
Yeah, but see, for me, it's not. I don't like that. See, I'm someone who likes to go around and like as I'm going, I'm knocking berries off every single fucking tree, picking up every single thing, beating every Pokemon. It takes me forever to do anything, but at least I get there how I like to get there. Sometimes that's why I can't play RPG games anymore. It's because it takes me too fucking long.
Yeah, the best thing about open. Go on.
No, I can't not like pick up everything. Even when I first got the reindeer, I was like, I'll just ride it and get to the thing there. I'm like going past all these Pokemon, all these trees. I'm like, fuck, I should be just like Should be stopping and throwing and everything here. This is actually the first thing I did, was run straight off a cliff and die. I was like, okay, cool. That's the thing.
Yeah. That's the thing. That happens.
He's so much quicker. You don't have time to stop. You just go, and if you jump at the wrong time, you go, and you just go, and you just keep floating away. You're like, oh no.
Yeah, that's it.
The Pokemon disappears, and you stand there for a second and go, and fall over and die.
Yeah, just slump down and die. See, the best thing about like open world games though is that like, I mean, my addiction to the collect everything in a map was it started from Assassin's Creed, like the first Assassin's Creed, and there was like 411 flags that you had to get over this like giant map, you know, and that was my thing. I was like, okay, that's I'm going to spend my time collecting those things, and you know, it's because back then I had an Xbox and it was all about achievement hunting, so I'll be like, get 100% on this game, 100% on that game, and then like, you know, as RPGs go on, you just sort of go, okay, well, I haven't explored that, so I want to get this pointless item that doesn't do anything for me, but at least it means I've explored that and I've done it. And I think, like you said, you like to go around slowly and explore and grab everything like that, and I do the same, but like, you know, at different paces and stuff, and that's fine. That's the whole thing about RPGs, is that you can play it however you want. Some people might just do the story and go, I really enjoyed that game, and then leave it.
Yeah.
And to me, like, you can do that, but you're missing out on about 30 hours of content or something.
Well,
which kind of blows my mind, but
I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm going really slow at this game. No, I've only just beaten the first boss and I've already put like 35 to 40 hours on it. I'm like, fuck, I've actually played the shit ton out of this game. I just haven't done anything.
Yeah.
I've just caught everything in the vicinity. Yeah.
That's the thing. You enjoyed it.
I can't help myself but run around and just look at everything and then run back, especially from on stream. I'm like, have a look at this Pokemon, and spend half an hour running just to show them one Pokemon, then run all the way back.
Yeah. It is fun though. It's fun. And I think, to be fair, going back to the whole, you know, the Mario situation, there hasn't been, other than like Mario 64, there's no like open world, and I don't think you could realistically open world Mario. Like, what? Zelda you can, Pokemon you can, but Mario, it'd be kind of
Mario is meant to be that type of game. It's meant to be like the side scrolling, like an episode sort of thing. It's not meant to be a whole movie or a whole series. It's like, I don't know, Always Sunny in Philadelphia or Seinfeld or something like that. It's like every episode's different. Everything's just an episode worth. It's not meant to be a lot. You know, it's not meant to be in depth. It's meant to just like, these are the characters and they do something funny and then that's the end of it. Done. They tried to do an open world with Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
That was probably the closest they've gotten to an open world.
Yeah, exactly. And there was an open world with, let's call them like portals or doors, because you go for each every door and then you got to collect all the stars. So I guess there was that, you know, overall, you know, the collectible in that was you had to get every single star. Mm-hmm. So that works.
Mario, for a long time, well, not for a long time, since probably Super Mario World has always been a collectible thing, though. Like every level had to get, like, say, for example, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, you know, every level had 5 flowers, 20 red coins, and you had to finish the level with 30 life stars, whatever you call them, you know, the little mini stars that like your countdown timer stars. That's how you got 100 on every level. You had to do it like that. You know, but I mean, like all of them always had this like completionist act. I think that's why Mario has worked too. They've made it pretty hard and very completionist. If you want to do completionist, well, you're gonna have to fucking bust your ass because it's so fucking hard to do, but it's there.
Yeah.
You know,
complete side note.
What?
Talking about games and stuff like that. Something that I know that me and Tommy are well excited for, and I'm really hoping Magpie gets involved. You've got a Switch, haven't you, Magpie? You have got a Switch.
Yeah, I do.
So
it's got like 3 of them.
Yeah, recently Nintendo reveal, they finally are reviving Wii Sports.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh,
and you can play online, bro. I said that is gonna be so fun to play like tennis and golf or whatever and bowling with you guys, like on stream or something. That's gonna be amazing.
I think it's gonna be tough if you do like. You could even set it up to do like couple v couple. You can have like 2 people on each side, and
But,
what are the sports going to be again on that? Is it just going to be like bowling, golf?
There's a
tennis.
shitload.
Badminton is one that they're having on there, and then they've got that I can't remember what they call it, but it's basically like the sort of stick fighting, and you're on a platform and you either knock them off or you knock them down or something like that.
Like a gladiator.
And they're releasing,
yeah,
and then they're releasing golf at like a later date or something like that. I think they said. So
why a later date? Why not bring that now? Maybe they're doing a really good version of it. I think the first one's only meant to be like a demo too, by the way.
On the 19th.
Yeah, like the first edition's only meant to be like bare base. And like you said, I think the golf's coming later. It'll be heaps of other sports will come later. Probably like a basketball or something.
Soccer, tennis, volleyball, badminton, bowling.
You say baseball?
No, badminton.
Baseball. Didn't they have a baseball one originally too?
They had a baseball one. Yeah.
But I think
soccer,
or football. Because football.
But they're gonna have soccer, and then
I don't know. You have to get it. You have to get duct tape and tape it to your bottom of your feet.
What they do is there's this. So there's this game that's come out called the Ring Fit, right? And it comes with the ring bit that you put it in, and it comes with a leg strap.
Yeah.
That you slide the controller in, and I think that's what the leg strap is. Something that comes with the game. I mean, if you buy that version or whatever like that, but it comes with a game. So you've got the leg strap and it kind of goes by your leg movement. I'm not sure how they can get it from your leg, because they go like they say wrap it around your upper thigh, which to be fair, like if it's on your leg, your bottom of your leg where it actually swings, I'd understand, but your upper thigh is just moving like forward.
So you wonder how many fucking toes are going to go through coffee tables.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be hilarious. But no, I had to bring that up because
golf in fall 22. Canberra.
Fall. There you go.
Yeah, so I think the first one's only like a half game or something like that. Like I sort of said a demo. I think demo mightn't be the right word, but like a beta or maybe it's the best way.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
An online play test will be available for registry on February 15th, 2022, and will be free to play.
We better start lining up on Valentine's Day so I don't have to do anything for that. Like, I've just got the list up of fucking Super Mario games. Dude, I have played like next to none of them.
There's a lot.
There's
a lot.
There is a lot. I'm going through them as well.
To be fair, my first Mario game was on the NES. So that makes me feel old already. But it was on the NES, big old fat cartridge. And that was the first one where he was literally just like a few pixels worth. And it was the perfect side scroller. Growing up, I never had the SNES, so I never got to play any of those ones. And I think the next time I played Mario was the N64, which was Mario Kart.
He's got one sitting probably behind him in his cupboard somewhere.
I wish I did. I'd tell you what, I found out I got a Game Boy the other day. I got a Game Boy Color. I found it amongst loads of boxes.
There it is. There it is.
Look at that.
See, I told you it was sitting there somewhere. You would have pulled. Did you pull that out after our Nintendo episode?
No, it's just here. I should have grabbed it the other day.
Yeah.
You said you could pull it out. I was like, you know what? I actually can.
Classic, mate. Absolute classic, though. But I mean, I do regret like getting rid of all my old systems because, like, you need that nostalgia feel. Like my N64, I had the Pokemon edition where like the on button was a Pokeball or something, and it was like blue and yellow. And obviously, you had like the classic games like Mario 64. You had the original Mario Kart, well, the sort of semi-original Mario Karts, and they were so good. And now I kind of regret it because if you go try and buy one of those these days, they're classed as collectibles, and you're spending hundreds and hundreds on them.
Yeah, I wish I didn't sell all my old school stuff. I wish I still had my Sega Mega Drive 2.
Oh, Sega Mega Drive, classic.
Oh yeah. Now he's fucked it.
I packed it like a real man, eh?
Don't know how that feels. Open something that just all falls on top of you. Fuck off. Oh, that's what I need.
I didn't have the NES, but my auntie and my cousin had the NES. So I remember going over there playing that and playing the original Mario on there. But I also had Super Mario All-Stars and Super Nintendo, which had 1, 2, 3. of the originals of NES.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely played it all on there. But I mean, I didn't play them that much either, though. At the same time, like Super Mario 2 was actually a different game. It wasn't made by the original Super Mario creators. They just reskinned it right at the end.
Yeah.
That's why it's got a weird pickup mechanism and like that pink, what do you call that? Little pink dinosaur that shoots eggs out of its nose.
Oh yeah,
that's only in number 2, and that's not meant to be a character. That was just one of the characters from the other weird Japanese game or Korean game that got reskinned into Mario.
Number 2 definitely had a weird feeling to it.
Yeah, it plays different and everything. Super Mario 3 is meant to be like the godfather of it all. Like Super Mario 1 was like the original, but Super Mario 3 is when they made the worlds a bit more immersive and you actually moved around a map instead of just going like world to world. Yeah, but I don't think I ever finished number 1 properly.
Nope.
I always cheated.
I always remember.
Always cheated. On the second level, you get right to the top. And you do the second on the you get to like world 8 without only have to complete like three levels.
Yeah. Speedrunners try, obviously they found so many different ways of doing it. It's unreal. It's like there's something like the world record for completing the first Mario and literally, you know, getting right to the end and defeating Bowser is something like 4 minutes. What? And I remember thinking like, you never had save points back then, right? Every game that we played this day and age, it auto saves. You can have a power cut and it would be like you'd only lose 2 minutes of gameplay, right? Yeah. And back then I'm just thinking I spent so many like hours getting like close to the end and then dying and then going, oh well, you're out of lives, start again from the beginning. And I was like, what?
That's the first one. See, number 3 had to save. Number 3 had a save because you could move them around the maps. They made it so big you had to have a save because you'd never make it otherwise. You ran out of time in the day.
I do remember
that. But yeah, and then like I had that on Super Nintendo, and then like Super Nintendo, I had like Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. This is a weird one. Like originally Mario started, we talked about it off before the podcast started recording, that Reaper went on the thing saying that the original Mario was actually called Jumpman. He was actually called Jumpman, and it was actually against the character Donkey Kong. So I don't know if when you talk about Super Mario, do we include the whole Donkey Kong series as well? I don't know
if he made an appearance in it. I mean, like you say, the original, like the arcade game, the big old arcade boxes you go to. You know, that was obviously Donkey Kong throwing the barrels down and Jumpman. You know, going up and saving the princess. And I think that like, they took it from there and went, all right, so he's a man that jumps. Let's make him an Italian plumber. I don't know where that concept came from. They just went, yeah, he's an Italian plumber now. And I'm like, okay.
I just imagine there's like this bloke who's just pissing himself laughing. He's like, what was like, why don't we give him a mustache and make him Italian?
Do you know, when they first gave Mario a voice, the original guy, he walked in, he said his voice and went, and he didn't think that he was going to get it. And he's been the same Mario voice since then.
It's me,
Mario. Yeah, and apparently he's one of the nicest guys. Like if you ever go to Comic-Cons and he's there or something like that, he'll say a phrase or he'll take a picture of you. That's awesome. He'll be like, yeah, let's go and all that.
That was pretty good.
Yes.
I've played enough of it. Let's go.
That's so good. I can't do any of them.
I always wanted to be a voice actor, like for cartoons and stuff, but I don't even know how to get into that.
Bro, Australians can't do it. We can't.
Yeah.
Why?
Our voice is too fast.
Because you're Australian.
It's just too hard to like mask the accent, really.
And then, actually, as an Australian, I really hate when people do an Australian accent, like in a movie. It's like, just get an Australian to do it.
Yes.
Or like, stop. Yeah. Like, you're not doing ochre enough, or it's like, yeah, put another shrimp on the bar because like, we don't fucking talk like that.
It's fucking prawns.
Every time from obviously Dumb and Dumber, isn't it?
Every time I hear that fucking thing, it's like it's fucking prawns, cunt. It's not a shrimp, it's a prawn. Fuck off.
I mean, to be fair,
you call that a voice
acting. The worst thing about voice acting is, like you say, people doing other accents instead of just getting an Australian in. Like, surely, if you're like, okay, we're looking for, a guy with black hair and a beard, you're gonna find a guy with black hair and a beard in Australia somewhere, right? And you want an Australian accent, just do it, sort of thing. But
no, it's fine if you can do that through accents. It's just some of them, a lot of accents work, and you can do a really good job of it. I'm just yet to see anyone do an Australian accent and it sound fine.
Yeah.
Like I've heard plenty of people do British accents, and I've heard plenty of really talented British actors do really good South African accents, American accents, everything like that. But fuck me, I've never seen anyone do a good Australian accent.
Yeah.
It's just impossible to them. I don't know. Are we too small and useless to even bother trying? Or
I'll be honest, being British and doing an American accent is, in my opinion, easier because a lot of the TV that we watch is American. A lot of the shows we watch on TV and films are American, right? But watching an American show where they've got an American try and do a British accent pisses me off. It absolutely rages me, right? Like you say with you, like, when you hear someone try an Australian accent, you're just like, that sounds nothing like it, right? Hearing like Americans do British, you've got like the initial bit of British, and then it kind of, the conversation sounds American still, and I hate it.
I think most of the time when it comes to like, if you're trying to do a British accent from anywhere else, don't overdo it. Just like clean your accent a little bit. Just clean it. It doesn't have to be overdone because every like town in England has a different accent. You don't have to try to do a Scouse accent or anything like that. Just clean it up. Don't ochre. Like, so for us Australians, don't ochre it. Don't put any ochre in it. Just talk normal, and it will start to sound fairly British anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll try to you see them, if they're gonna do any other accent, if they're gonna do a British accent, it's an American TV program, it'll either be a Southern British accent or the Queen's English, as they call it, like a posh British accent.
Yeah.
Because even as a British person, I can't do Scottish, Irish, or Scouse or Welsh accents, because they are like really hard to try and nail it. Like, because their voices are obviously their voices are different, but like, you're born into it. I could attempt an Australian accent and be okay, but I'm never going to be amazing because you're born into it. But Scouse is like, to me, you can't have a deep Scouse accent, but you can. Everyone can have a deep accent. But to me, when I think of Scouse, I think of the footballer Steven Gerrard from like Liverpool, and he's like, well, I'm going to go and score some goals and all that, and all like that. And it's high pitch straight away. You go high pitch, and it's the same with American. I can't do a deep American accent or attempt a deep American accent because the only American that I can think of is like a proper. It's like a girlish, proper, like, oh my God, my name's Sally and I'm from America and I love it. That's the only shit.
No, see, I really, if I could have like an accent from anywhere, I'd love to have like a Southern state American accent. That fucking, from like,
more of them.
Like, do you know me and Optimus really like it. Do you know the guy Steve Ranella, the host of Meat Eater? I'd love to have his accent. His accent, like the people like Giannis Patelis and stuff like that, their accents are so cool, which is like Colorado. That's more central, but like down toward, not Texas as such. It's there's Illinois and stuff like that down there. Like that fucking accent's so cool to me. Wish I had that one. Even like, even a Texas accent or a Dallas, like, something like that. Ooh.
I like Dolly Parton's accent, but it is so over the top. Like, she is like deep Texas accent or like that, and I love it.
But it's not even over the top. That's just how she talks.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes she probably doesn't talk like that normally, but when you get put on camera, like even for me, sometimes when I'm around other people that aren't Australian, it's odd how like the ochre comes out. Like you just start to, like I say, weirdly enough, I'm Australian enough that I say g'day all the time. I am a g'day person, but like I don't say true blue all the time, but fuck, I'm around a big heap of palms or something like that, I'll start dropping a few true blues.
Yeah.
A few crikeys maybe, like, but I mean, like I don't usually say crikey.
Oh, fuck, I think me.
The world.
Oh shit, crikey, mate.
The world as we know it were introduced to the word crikey by Steve Irwin. Like when I was a kid, I've never heard of any Australian, even though my parents used to watch is it Home and Away or Neighbours or something like that?
One of them. Both Australian.
Both are Australian.
Yeah. So like we were brought up on that, right? And I didn't think of that as Australian. Like when I was too young, obviously I was like a kid, right? But then everyone in the world knew about Steve Irwin, and then even as kids, like we were like 9 years old or so, just like, crikey, mate, how you doing? You know, and we would do that because it was so globalized. And obviously, you know, R.I.P., but he was one of the best legends ever. And the crikey, that's probably where I first heard it. And then you kind of associate that with Australian, because you're like, I first heard the word crikey when I heard this amazing Australian on my TV wrestling fucking crocodiles.
Yeah, exactly. So, jumping on a croc bat, not giving a fuck. Just like, yep, he might bite my arm off, but guess what? I'll punch him in the fucking head instead.
He was like the first time I experienced loss. Like when he died, like I cried. Like I was like, oh my God, Steve Irwin died. Like this cunt was my hero. Like he was one of the reasons why I loved animals so much and like wanted to become a biologist and loved all that shit. It was because of him. Like he was awesome.
He was the reason a lot of us, like, we're all in different age groups, but a lot of us Australians growing up when he was around, he was one of the reasons as to why everyone wanted to think about the environment, loved all the animals, all of that is just because of him. And if you were in Australia and you didn't know who fucking Steve Irwin was back then, you're not Australian.
You weren't an Australian.
Like,
see, the same goes for our version of Steve Irwin, which you've probably heard of, is David Attenborough.
David Attenborough.
Right? Now, David Attenborough is okay, so he's not as hands-on because he's like 96 or whatever. Like, Steve Irwin was very hands-on. Like,
he's not as Steve Irwin as Steve Irwin was.
No, but then again, let's just put it down. Steve Irwin's fucking Australian, so he's going to be a little bit more like hands-on it, but you know, Steve Irwin, we would spend, half hour, 45 minutes watching Steve Irwin wrestle crocodiles with this amazing Australian accent. And then it would switch over to, and now we see the Australian koala bear climbing the trees, eating the eucalyptus leaves and stuff like that. And it's his voice is like
getting high as fuck.
Yeah. Do you know what? If God was to ever speak to us, he'd have a voice like that.
No,
I genuinely
wouldn't.
think it would be
no.
Whoever thought, you know what? I know what the voice God has, and it's Morgan Freeman is the smartest cunt alive.
Whoever fucking thought
amazing.
Of that. Oh, whoever thought of that. Yeah.
Speaking of nice voices, how good's Matthew McConaughey's voice? Fuck, I wish I sound like that cunt too, bro.
All right.
That voice, that's that southern
yes,
voice.
Yeah, like Tennessee,
that
like
shit. That's the accent I wish I had. Like that's perfect. No, I had to be born in fucking Queensland and North Queensland where we talk a bit slow and we say cunt too much.
And it's called a palmy, not a fucking palmer. I'll punch any cunt that says it's
a
palmer.
But we have slight differences in Australia. Like South Australian stuff, we up here, like if I'm going for a swim, I'm going for a swim in the swimming pool. Oh, sorry, did you just miss that? It did glitch everything. So like even in Australia, we do have a few little glitches. Like I say swimming pool. I'm assuming like
pool. It's a swimming pool. Pool. It's a pool.
But like South Australia, so they say pool.
Yeah,
well, that's how I say it. Pool, swimming pool.
Yeah, no, it's pool.
It's a pool.
See, now you say pool like that. That is Queen's English. If they say, "Oh yes, we're going to go and dip in the pool," that's Queen's English, and yet me being Southern English, I say, "Yeah, we'll go swim pool."
Yeah, see,
so
South Australia, Southern, fucking.
It all happens. The accents get all mixed up and stuff like that.
But see, that's like we have different slang. Like, do you know what a potato scallop is?
I think so.
He probably says scallop
or a potato cake.
Yeah. Oh yeah, potato. Well, hang on a minute. Potato cake. Like we have some things called hash browns that can sometimes be.
They're not potato cakes. They're hash browns.
They're hash browns. Yeah. So we were like. Up here, it's like potato scallop and all that, but down south, it's a potato cake.
See, which is dumb because the way you actually make a potato scallop is called scalloping. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like the fact that we've changed the name of one of our cheeses from coon cheese, And it's sort of like, I understand that that's actually a racist derogatory term now, but the process to make the chicken was actually called cooning. That's what it's called.
Yeah. Exactly.
And like, that's why it's called coon cheese. It's like, so like you've taken offense to something that's not really meant to be taken offense to, but that's a whole nother kettle of worms, especially from a white man.
So quick side note. You said something about a parma. What is a parma?
It's a palmy.
Palmy. So it's chicken parmigiana.
Sorry.
Chicken parmigiana.
Okay. Do you know what they call it in the UK?
What?
A parmo. A chicken parmo. So we're just messing around with the last vowel, really.
How do you say it though? How do you say chicken parmigiana?
Okay, so I'll be honest with you. In the South, we don't even get chicken parmo, right? So when I went up to, there's a place called Darlington in the UK, which to me sounds very posh. Oh, we're going to Darlington. It's not. It's a shithole.
Darling. We're going to Darlington, darling.
It's more like Darlington.
Is it right beside Worcester?
We've got Darlington. But I went up there and I was introduced to these guys who are northern, and they said, "Oh, you know, do you want to order in a chicken parmo?" And I went, "What the fuck's that?" And then it's a chicken parmesan. Now down south, we don't even like, or parmigiana. We don't get that food. Like they have it in their takeaways. Like, you know, you call up and you get it delivered. We don't get that in the south of England anywhere, right? So I had to home make one when I sort of found a recipe, and it's, you know, I think it's chicken with bechamel sauce and obviously cheese and stuff like that.
It's
and that's a chicken
tomato
parmo with tomato. Sorry, yeah, I forgot about the tomato.
It's a tomato sauce.
It's
Napoli
almost like
sauce.
Hey,
it's a Napoli sauce.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's the
Napoli's tomato
with the ham,
ham or
and
bacon.
Cheese. Ham,
bacon
or cheese and cheese. Ham. It has to be ham. Like it's. You can have it with bacon, but it's not.
Have you tried a tropical palmy?
Yeah, see, that's not even a palm. That's just the crumb schnitzel with shit on top.
Yeah, just throw a bloody. Just throw a pineapple on top and we'll call it tropical.
I fucking knew it. I knew it was going to be a pineapple.
Just throw a pineapple on top and we'll call it tropical.
The one thing I find weird about that is when I think of tropical places, I never think of pineapple.
I think of like mangoes.
Yeah, mangoes or sweating.
Sweating your cunt out. Yeah, simple.
Coconuts maybe even like, but even then, like that's still only like some places.
Well, does that mean that a chicken korma curry is tropical because it's got coconut milk in it?
I think where they made chicken korma is probably very fucking tropical.
Yeah,
it's probably very fucking hot there.
Yep, like tropical. Like I don't know if Tommy would agree, but like if everything that we've listed, but tropical as well as like sugarcane for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
sugarcane, yes.
Like you come up here, you go north of us, it's just fucking sugarcane farms everywhere.
Sugar.
And then go south from us to Bundy, and that's sugarcane as well. We're smack bang in the middle. We're the butthole, pretty much.
See, the problem with Rockhampton is there's no fucking water. There's no rain, so there's no fucking sugarcane. Sugarcane.
We're hell's butthole right here.
You should come to the UK. We've got plenty of rain, Tommy.
You got no heat. It needs heat and rain.
Yeah. You whinge about 20-degree days. It's like, yeah, come over here.
Yeah, but again, this is just purely due to the fact of, you know, how we're born. If you're Australian and yet your whole family were Australian, then the day you were born, you emigrated to the UK, you'd instantly acclimatize to the shit weather, right? Yeah. And you know, but it's like we've already said. If I came over to you, I'd be stripping down to pretty much nothingness. Because even you say you have hot days. If you're saying that you're hot, think of little old Viking skin. They call it Viking skin because I'm just so white and pasty, right? What little old me who can't bear like more than like 16 degrees or something. If I come over to you, I'm gonna be ice cream just melting on the floor. I'd be dead, mate.
Well, it's 10 o'clock at night here at the moment, and it's currently still over 20 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it was like the other night I was streaming and it was like close to midnight and it was 28 degrees. I'm like, that's fucking hot.
That is hot. It is fucking hot.
That's hot. That's daytime and nighttime.
It is.
In my town right now, it is currently 5 degrees.
Holy fuck. I don't even know if Brisbane gets to 5.
And 5 degrees is if I went outside, I I don't know. I wouldn't have to put a jumper on because I'm used to it.
Yeah, but then you see us, we would be fucking rugged up.
Yeah, you'd be wrapped up like you're climbing Kilimanjaro.
we'd fucking break out our only jumper. We've got one.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
it's chilly
for the
today.
cold days.
Oh, I get to use that jumper. Woohoo!
I can use the work jumper.
You put it on for about an hour. It gets to 7 o'clock. You're like, oh, I'm sweating now.
Yep.
Fuck that off.
And the funny thing is, especially in like my industry and shit, I don't know about Tommy's, but like my one jumper is my work jumper.
Yeah. Oh, your one jumper turns into a work jumper.
Yeah. It's the jumper that they gave me, and I wear it out if I'm cold because it's the one jumper I've got. But it's just my jumper.
My work lives in jumpers, mate. She wears jumpers every single day. She's one of these people that's just constantly cold, right? I'm talking middle of summer, she'll still wear like jeans or something like that. Whereas in the middle of summer, I wake up. No. In the middle of summer, I wake up and I'm like, do I even bother putting anything on other than underwear? I'm like, am I going out today? No. Open all the windows, sit there in nothing.
It's only 22 degrees.
22. Oh, look at you.
No, that's for him. In the middle of summer. It's only 22 degrees for him in the middle of summer. At the moment, it's 27.
There?
Oh
yeah.
Fuck me.
No, I'll be in the corner hyperventilating.
Yeah, like it's fucked. I mean, this little fucking.
And this is why we drink, to forget we live in such a hot hole.
Exactly right. And this is why our beer is cold.
Yeah, I actually wish that I could live in a place that like we didn't have to refrigerate beer because it's so fucking cold anyway.
Yeah.
A warm beer.
Just grab it and just.
That's one thing. Like
away.
Someone from like another culture. See, I don't know about you, Magpie. Maybe you'll disagree with me, but people from other cultures and stuff like that, or like from further south, don't like cold food. But
yeah,
for me here, like I hate eating really hot food when it's already really fucking hot. So I really enjoy like cold pizza and cold spaghetti and stuff like that. Like it's normal for me to eat it cold. Like I don't ever have that complex of, oh, I really need to heat this up. It's like, cold food.
Yeah. See, like that's like with pizza, with especially like say I buy pizza tonight, I don't eat it or I throw it in the fridge. The next morning, I'm not even going to think about putting that in the microwave. That comes straight out of the box. Eat it cold. Simple. Like
I bet your Reaper's just sitting inside, just stewing, just like, what the fuck?
No. Honestly, cold pizza, whether it's a hot day or cold day, cold pizza is like it's like a beautiful delicacy for breakfast over here. If you've had a pizza got leftover, especially if you've been drinking or something like that, you wake up in the morning, you're just like, oh yeah, I'll have that.
That gets 2 thumbs up.
Just laying there.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
look at my little gammon girly wrists. I got little garbage wrists.
We can't even talk about girly skin. I've got the girliest soft skin. My girlfriend says that she wished she had my skin and my nails because my nails grow at an exponential rate that she has to go and get manicures and stuff like that. And I'm sitting there going, oh, I can grow mine nicely.
I got bitten by a radioactive spider in that hand. Look, there's nothing on that wrist there. Look at that fucking wrist. Look at this big fucking lump, cunt. This weird hematoma has been there for ages, bro. It's fucked.
I'm not even going to lie to you, mate. I wouldn't be surprised if there was radioactive spiders in Australia. That's what we're given the fear of, though. That I know that in Australia you do have to be careful, but it is very, I don't know if it's just the media or something like that, but it is very fear-induced for us. They say, oh, these spiders can kill you. This can kill you. That can kill you. And I'm like, yeah, it can, but they try to make the huntsman spiders scary. And I say they're only scary because they're big, but huntsman's aren't the ones, it's the little ones that go in your shoes that can kill you or something.
See, that's the thing. Like, if you get an Australian and you say, like, that's grown up in Australia, something like that, and you start talking about dangerous animals, we'll probably go, yeah, we've got them, but we don't think too much about them. It's only because we've grown up around them.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I can't imagine going to America and there'd be fucking bears. Fuck, that terrifies me. Like, fuck a bear.
Yeah, exactly.
I take a snake that can kill me in 5 minutes any day. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's a snake.
Over getting mauled by a bear.
Bear? Holy fuck that.
But that's like, I think I told you both this. Like, I walked into work one day behind an eastern brown, and I was like, oh, it's just a brown snake.
Oh, fuck that.
He was a fair way in front of me. He was a fair way in front of me, but I was walking in through the gate and he was just scooting along. I'm like, oh, it's just a brown. I'll fuck off back to work.
It's not even that. It's more like I don't really feel like fucking with that today. I'll just walk past and leave it alone. It's someone else's problem. I don't give a fuck.
If someone else gets fucking bitten by it, it's not my fault.
But I mean, like when you grew up, Magpie, like you sort of don't even realize you're doing it. But if you got a work boots outside, you don't just slip the cunts on. You sort of give them a bit of a tap out or stick your hand in to make sure there's nothing in there.
Yep.
It's something you just taught and you sort of just do it. You don't realize that this is done so you don't have a redback spider in your shoe. You do this so a centipede doesn't bite you. You know, it's sort of like little things you do. Like when you hop in a car, you put your seatbelt on. It's exactly the same. You sort of check that. And if you live out in the bush, you don't just hop into your bed. You fucking lift the sheets up and go, oh, look, a spider. Fuck off, mate. Let me sleep.
Get the fuck out. And
that's terrifying. It's such a weird thing that like
you lift the toilet lid and there's a fucking spider there. It's like, I'll just piss on you first before I got to sit down.
Yeah. The weird, like if you hop out of bed and you leave the warm spot in there, anything that's in your room will go straight to that little warm spot. So when you come back that night, you have to like literally have a look and like, okay, mate, you can fuck off. Go on, get.
Warm spot, mate. If I ever stay in one of your houses, then you got to be worried because as a British, I'll be sweating like an absolute. I'll be dying in your bed, and they'll just attract to it. And they go, mate, this is the best we've ever had.
My missus is like, oh, I just read a story. Like someone got strawberries from Woolworths, and they got it home, and it had a redback spider in it. I'm like, oh yeah. She's like, what? I'm like, it's this fucking strawberry. It's a redback spider. Like they're fucking everywhere. You just don't see them because they're so small. Like,
but see,
you just got to look for them. You look for them, and find them.
That's normal.
Time,
that's normal. But then we have a big up and song and dance about finding a needle in our strawberries or something.
That's because someone put them there.
Because some cunt would put them there. But it's like there's a redback spider there. It's like, oh, it's just fucking Australia. Like they're strawberries. Like they grow on farms. Like what the fuck do you expect?
Oh, I know. It'd be from the truck. It wouldn't be on the farm. It'd be from the truck. It'd just get in there. Like,
but it's like, what do you expect? Like, then there's needles found, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah, but that's the hard shell. See, like you've obviously grown up with it, so that's normal, right?
Yeah.
So you've grown up, and if you find a spider in a strawberry, and you're just like, oh, it could be a deadly spider, or it is a deadly spider, and you just sort of go, oh, okay, kill it and move on. The last time I remember that there was some big spider found in like a banana delivery or something, it made fucking news. It made the news. Like they made us fear bananas. They were just like, oh my God. So we got a place called Tesco, right? Now, oh my God, this delivery of Tesco had like a big spider and it was like a foreign spider. Everyone like shit themselves buying bananas. They were picking up bananas with like, oh, is it got no, there's nothing. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like in Australia, you'd like find a crocodile in your soup and you're like, oh, hello. I'll just drop it off like it's nothing.
No, there was
get the fuck out.
Speaking of bananas and spiders, when I was a kid, I'm terrified of spiders. But I mean, I live with them because I live in Australia. You know, I get over it. I remember watching this documentary and there was the talk about the wandering spider. And the footage they had of it was this South American man picking bananas off the tree and it coming out and biting him on the hand and like making him paralyzed and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm never eating a bunch of bananas again. Spider will get me.
One thing I fear the most, and I haven't actually done research in this because I know you've got your spiders, your crocs and your snakes and all this stuff. The one thing that I fear, and this is a genuine fear of mine, is wasps and stuff like that. Like to the point where if I hear even the slightest buzzing in the air, it could be a fly, it could be a mosquito, whatever like that. Like I'm on edge. Like I hate it so much. And I know that in America, they've got these stupidly big hornets and stuff where I'd probably just pass out and let it kill me anyway. But I mean, what's Australia like for wasps and hornets and stuff?
Everyone talks about spiders and snakes. Last year, I think I got stung by like 10 or 12 wasps. I was stung by fucking tons of the cunts.
Yeah.
They suck too. I hate getting stung by wasps, man. They fucking suck.
And see, it's always
it's like someone getting a needle of hot liquid and jamming it in you. Like that's what it feels like. It's like, what the fuck? And it's so out of nowhere. It's not like, oh, here they come. It's like, oh, what the fuck is that? Throwing your shirt off and you're running away like a dickhead.
Here I am just sitting here and all of a sudden, bang. It's like, fuck you.
The best. Quick story, and then we probably really should get back to Mario. One time we were fishing and we're drifting along down like the creek stream sort of thing. And in amongst the mangroves, they get these things we call mangrove wasps. They're actually a really large version of a paper wasp. They make like these big husks like a bee in America does. And we're going along, and then all of a sudden we brush up against something, and this thing goes bloop and falls right in between the boat. Doesn't hit the ground, but it's right beneath us, right at about eye line level. And it's a huge fucking mangrove wasp nest with about 150 fucking wasps on it. And it's like right in the middle of the boat. And we're just like, what the fuck do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And I'm like, fuck, I don't know how we're going to get out of this with no pumps. Like, we start the motor, we'll piss them off. We touch them, we'll piss them off. Like, oh, fuck, I don't know what to do. And like, we're slowly like, but we stopped moving. We sort of end up like in an eddy, and we're spinning around with this fucking thing like a disco ball right in the middle of the fucking boat. We're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I think what we ended up doing was I actually grabbed above it, broke the fucking branch, and slowly but surely put it in the water without like getting too like
rustling it,
nervous about it. Yeah. I did that. I broke the branch and drowned the cunts. 2 of them flew off and stung my mate. And we fucked off. I didn't get touched by them. It's all like to do with your pheromones or something like that. If you like get nervous, that's why they'll fucking bite you, sort of thing. Like, yeah, to stay calm and they won't touch you.
If that's the case, bro, if I was on that boat, that would have been me overboard. I would have been holding my breath underwater waiting until they
one stung him on the lip, and his lip got like really big, like a dog that bit in a bee. Who goes? He's trying to talk.
No chance in hell, man. And that's why
that was a fantastic fucking detour, but we really do need to get back to our topic of the week, which is Super fucking Mario. All right, so there's a massive list of games. We're going to talk about Donkey Kong as well. We'll just put him in there. Like, Donkey Kong started it all, as people mentioned off podcast. His original game was actually Donkey Kong, where you're like this little jumping man that'd get up to save a princess because the monkey stole the princess. Just like King Kong, but they made him Donkey Kong. I'm not sure why they called him Donkey Kong, but they did. But then like that spawned, then they went, oh, what if we make more games with that jumping character, which started Super Mario Brothers. Well, which is originally, was it Super Mario Brothers or just Super Mario?
Super Mario.
Because everything's listed here has got Mario Brothers. Wasn't even Super Mario, it was just Mario Brothers.
I think it was Mario Brothers. The original one on the NES, I think, was Mario Brothers, but I'm
just
not
Mario.
sure
it's just Mario Brothers. By the looks of this,
Brothers actually
Mario
introduced.
Brothers.
So the original one wasn't like the game that you're thinking of. It's actually like
the Super Mario series.
It's actually like a little. It's like a little battlefield sort of thing where they bounce around. And you hit the power box, which is just called Mario Brothers, which is just like a 2-player game where it's Mario versus Luigi. Last man standing wins.
Yeah, I remember
the original Battle Royale.
Bringing up core memories.
And then then the one you're thinking of is called Super Mario Brothers, where it's the side-scrolling, which is the one that started the side-scrolling revolution that pretty much started every game for the next fucking 10 to 15 years. Super Mario Brothers was released in 1985, so probably all the way up to 1995 to 1998. Any side scroller, even all the way to now, any side scrollers has been birthed from Super Mario Brothers.
So that was 7 years before I was born, and yet I still managed to play that game. So obviously the gaming industry was very slow at that point, but it was kind of like people didn't know how it was going to go. If only they knew. If only my brain now was inserted into my child brain, I'd like just put money into gaming because it will become a huge industry. Yeah.
Oh, fucking! If you're talking about that, why don't you just put money into Amazon?
Oh, you put money into Amazon and Google, and that'll be it.
Google, Windows, Bitcoin.
I could have bought like 1,000 of them and just sat on those bad boys.
That's it.
Fuck yeah.
But no, the way that it's gone recently is amazing what they've developed from just a side-scrolling guy who jumps on these Goombas, which are basically little brown ants. I think they were trying to sort of imitate, but how far they've come now.
Even on the NES days, like you were saying, we were saying about like how they use Mario to franchise everything. Like Nintendo wanted to bring out a version of Tetris, Dr. Mario. Let's make them pills and put Mario in there. We need to make a golf game.
Mario Golf.
We need a racing car game. Super Mario Kart. Oh, we need a fighting game. We need to be able to keep up with Mortal Kombat and stuff. Super Smash Brothers. You know,
that was where they started crossing things over.
Yeah, everything they've tried to do is just led to that point of Super Mario being the face of Nintendo, because that was the character they used to make everything.
Yep.
Everything they could think of, they used that.
And I think, like you say, I think they did market it well. Even with the whole, Sonic, Sega, Mario, Nintendo thing, they still marketed it very well. And to be fair, Mario, I would say, won that race. Sonic recently, it's not as huge as it was when you're a kid, but Mario, every game that comes out, every Nintendo announcement, they'll say, oh yeah, Mario's in it. And people go, yes, we'll have that. And not to mention, they tried to be, I think with like Paper Mario, they tried to like make it a little bit more cultural as well, because I think like they got the Origami King.
Yeah.
And, that's known in those cultures. And it worked, I mean, I've never played Paper Mario games because I'm not really a fan of those ones. But I think the real thing that's appealed to fans recently, in the recent years, is Nintendo Mario Maker, which Tommy's watched me have a lot of fun with, and you, Magpie, as well. And the thing with Super Mario Maker is these people that have grown up playing Mario since they were as a kid can now create their own levels that they wanted to sort of try and do when they were a kid. Oh, imagine if I could do this. Imagine if you can now. And that is a really big point, and it's very big on a lot of people on Twitch and stuff like that, and they'll say, I want to play your levels, and it has expanded the Mario universe to be able to go, I can make this happen, and you play it, and you're like, I've never played anything like that before, and it's basically you're playing custom everything. You've bought Mario Customize, and it just works. It just works so well. Love it.
And then like that's all NES has gone to that. And then like once you get to the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, you start to get like a few more bigger levels where they bring in like Super Mario World, where it's a lot longer, a lot more in detail, a lot more different characters started to come in. And Super Nintendo is when they brought in like they did it like a Donkey Kong spin-offs, and then they started to do spin-offs of Mario, like Donkey Kong and Yoshi, and I was going to say Kirby, but Kirby's not, is he? He's his own entity altogether.
Kirby's his own entity altogether, but
I'm sure there's a character in fucking Mario you kill that looks exactly like fucking Kirby.
You got Toadstool, you got Toad, and then you got Toadette, and then all those ones.
Toadette.
Kirby is its own entity, but with the Super Smash Bros, they brought everyone together. I think Super Smash Bros isn't primarily a Mario game as such, but it starts off the first two characters are Mario and Luigi, so it's kind of like their side bit franchise, and they've gone, Pokemon, Zelda, Kirby, you can all come in and get involved, and
which is cool. The Nintendo did an awesome job of that, and we've talked about on our Nintendo episode about how they crossed all them sort of things. But like it is crazy, like even like the little spin-offs, like I was saying before, like Mario Party, like which is like, let's get a game where we can get everyone around on our console with 4 controllers and have little tiny party games, but we need characters for it. And then
let's just use the Mario world.
Let's use the Mario world. And then
universe.
They sort of nearly just it's not rehashing. It's sort of just like, here's a game, well, let's use Mario skins. It's like if they come out with the first person shooter, it's going to be fucking Mario Warzone or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's and it's just going to be all Super Mario skins. Like it's no different to Fortnite or anything like that. They've just put their own skin on it. Nintendo have just gone, everything we do, let's use Mario.
Yeah.
Easy done. Let's do that.
Like, and we're also going to use his red and white for our logo and everything. Like boom.
Always.
That way they can know
font.
Nintendo is Mario.
I think they made Mario the same color as the logo. I don't reckon they made the logo the same color. I reckon they already had that and went, let's just make him the same color as that.
That way then they can.
All right then.
Let's do
That's
it.
real smart.
To be fair with what was I going to say about? So with the whole Mario Party, I think the best thing that they did with that is that they created a board game, but with mini games as well. And I think it literally is a Mario Party. If you've got, I mean, it's not done as much this day and age, which kind of upsets me a little bit. But like when you've got loads of friends round, and say you've got like, 15 friends round and you're having, a couple of beers or something like that, you put on Mario Party, like it's a big board game. You all get involved and you're playing the mini games, and and it's purely based off of like the chance of rolling that dice, which that goes all the way back to original board games, doesn't it? Dice and cards and stuff. And I love that they brought that aspect into it and then made it a Mario franchise. They've made a Mario board game, but it's digital and it works. It just works.
There was 16 games out before Super Mario Brothers that had Mario in it, that they have based that they are saying that that's a Mario game now. Like 16 other games, and it starts with the original 3 Donkey Kongs.
Yes.
Wrecking Crew's got like a little fucking Mario looking character in it.
Yeah. Like you got Mario. Oh well, you got Donkey Kong.
There's
Donkey
3
Kong
Donkey
Jr.
Kong games out before fucking Super Mario Party. But it had
Donkey
Mario
Kong,
Bros though.
Mario Bros, 2 Plumber Brothers, Mario and Luigi.
100% Mario and Luigi.
Mm.
And Koopa and some motherfucking dum-dums.
Come across unearthly creatures while searching sewer pipes. There's your base for Super Mario Brothers.
But why was he a plumber of all things?
Yeah.
Like there's so many jobs. To be fair, I think it was good they gave him like a normal job, right? But like if you ever see any game that you play this day and age, they're like, oh, he was a badass outlaw, or he's been in the CIA for this long and stuff like that. And they went, let's make him a plumber. Like an average, normal, like, I'll fix your pipes, but I'll also save a princess from a monster.
I'm assuming like someone was like living in New York or something like that, and this Italian fucking plumber come around, and then it's like,
let's do it.
Make a game.
Maybe I'll put it in him. Yeah, sillies.
Oh shit.
There's fucking so many games, bro. If you look through it, there's so many and then like to bring in like Wario as like Mario's fucking evil twin counterpart, and then like Luigi needs one now. Let's have
the M upside.
Waluigi.
Waluigi. Yeah.
And all they did was that it didn't need a lot of changing. Just change the colors and then turn the M upside down for Wario, and then turn the L backwards for Waluigi, and it worked.
How can we make Wario worse and more mean? Let's make him ride a motorbike and make him slightly more fat.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. I think what they did, they took Mario and made him fatter, and because Luigi was the taller brother, they then made Waluigi just really lanky. And he's got this like, you got Mario and Luigi in their voices, and then the Waluigi and Wario just have a little bit more sinister. So like Waluigi, just like Waluigi. I love it. I don't think did they do like evil versions of anything else? No,
Peach has like is Luigi's counterpart, which is like, what's the Luigi's missus called?
Rosalina. Something like that. It's so hard to actually like keep up with how many characters that they just randomly develop. Imagine, this started with just Mario, Luigi, and I think Toadstool was in it because every time you got to the end, it was Toadstool going, "Your princess is in another castle." So it was just like 4 characters.
Toads essentially just like little princess slaves. And they're like, oh, it's making that. But then like even Bowser had to have Bowser and then like a little kid Bowser, like Bowser Jr.
And then they had all the you've got like Ludwig and all these other like little mini bosses. You ever seen those? Oh mate, Ludwig. I think it's Ludwig, and I'm pretty sure he is based off of the pianist Ludwig van Beethoven or something. And he's got these really beautiful blonde locks. It's just a monster, and they just put these really beautiful blonde like hair locks on him. And I'm thinking, why?
It's blue.
Like, I think so. Has he got like a really long blonde? Oh, it's blue.
Yeah, I was talking about now.
Got blonde hair, and I can't remember. Is it Ludwig or one of them? And he's got long.
Originally, the Koopalings.
That's it, the Koopalings, and they gave him names.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's heaps of like different little Mario characters added in and shit. The list goes on, like, even down to like are they dogs? Like the big fucking cannonball looking things that turn into a mouth, like a little evil
chain chompers.
That's it, a chomper.
Chain chomps. Yeah.
We called them dogs when we were kids because in Super Mario 64, like they were attached to a thing and they used to go. Row, 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 row. Like,
they do bark. They're like a bull version of a dog.
They're like a bulldog.
That's it, a bulldog.
Yeah,
that's probably how they do it.
Bulldog.
Bulldog. Yep, that'll work.
Let's just say bull instead of the U. Instead of bull, it's bull.
Just bull.
Bull.
I also recently found out how many Yoshis there were, and I don't know how canon. Well, they are canon because they're in the game. But in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, if you click on Yoshi, there's like 9 different colors of Yoshi. Yep. You can be like
8?
Green, red. Is there 8?
I thought there was 8 versions.
I don't know, but I didn't even know that. I knew about the green and the red one.
So why I'm thinking 8 versions is because I'm a massive, like one of my favorite games of all time is Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. And everything, every world was an 8-level world, and every character had a different color. Like every time you versed the boss, you're always the dark Yoshi, like the Onyx Yoshi or whatever you call it.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that because obviously I did skip a few like Mario games, but it was only when I played Mario Kart 8. It's only when I played Mario Kart 8, I was just like, I clicked on Yoshi. I was like, I want to be Yoshi because I've got like a Yoshi t-shirt and stuff like that.
Yes.
And then it was like, which color? And I'm like, what? So then, and obviously in Mario Kart 8, they've got like, they had some partnership with Mercedes. So you can unlock Mercedes cars.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So there's just me, little like Onyx Yoshi, just like cruising around in a Mercedes Benz. And I
see me rolling.
That's it. Rolling.
Yeah, it's crazy how many fucking games are out there. And like there's Minecraft that gets like Mario version of there, and pinball, it's everything, bro. Everything's just Mario. It's crazy.
But then they like incorporate like the Olympic Games, like both summer and winter Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is relevant because obviously Olympic Games are going on right now.
But which I didn't realize that there's winter games on. Yeah. Like I was only the other day, I was like, oh, an Australian won gold. I'm like, in what? Paralympics or something? Like, what's going on? The Special Olympics are on or something. It was like, no, the Winter Olympics. I was like, oh, there you go.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I didn't even know the Olympics was on until Snips, my missus.
And it's in China.
Yeah. Have you seen where it is though? Like some parts of it are in disgusting areas. They've got this beautiful snow slope, right? But then when they do the zoomed out shot, it's in the middle of an industrial estate, and there's just loads of like power plants everywhere and like all this stuff.
It's
and
crazy that they've gotten it there. Like it blows my mind.
But yeah, I didn't know until I went over, my in-laws, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, we're just watching the Olympics." I was like, "It's on." But because we're British, you won't see many of us in there because we don't do well with snow apparently, or we don't get enough of it to train.
Yeah, Jamaica has a bobsled team.
We're fucking trash at that shit. One of our like Winter Olympic heroes won the first ever gold. He won because every other cunt in the race fell over.
Yes.
And I know his name, Stephen Bradbury. He won.
Yep.
Like sprint ice skating, whatever it was.
Speed
skating, because everyone in front of him fell over. They all went and crashed in the last lap, and he just went past like, yeah, I won.
He created a saying. Doing a Bradbury. Which is getting top efforts for doing fuck all.
Winning by default, essentially.
Yeah.
You won because you were there.
Yeah.
You didn't fall over.
You did a Bradbury. Prize. Good work.
And then there was that aerial ski jumper that won a gold too. Can't think of her name. She had really good teeth, so she was like the advertiser for Wrigley for a long time. So
training your whole life to.
What? Sorry.
I was gonna say training your whole life to be an Olympian. They go, she's got nice teeth. She can advertise chewing gum.
She had fucking phenomenally good teeth. They were good teeth. Right. So like, we sort of haven't fanboyed too much about Mario, so we're gonna start doing my version of fanboying over it and stuff. So I want to do a bit of a nostalgia wrap. So I want your first taste of Mario games and how you sort of fell in love with it. We'll start with you, Magpie.
Seeing as I haven't played a lot of them, thanks a lot.
Yeah, start.
Love it. Thanks, mate. Excellent.
You'll be right.
Just throw me in the deep end. Why don't you?
Have a cry.
Fucking hell. Jeez. Mario 64.
Mario 64. Yeah, that's all right. That's a good start. Mario 64 was fantastic.
Early days,
that was my first ever Mario game I ever played. Got to, thrown into it.
Didn't really get addicted to it.
Pretty much put it down when I
fair enough.
At the end of the day, never went back. Like I go back and play Mario games every now and then, but that's more my daughter and son love Mario.
So me and Reeps are like just a couple of years older. So our starting of the game may have started more on that side-scrolling Mario. So like I remember playing like going to my cousin's house and playing Super Mario Brothers on their first time and going, oh, this is pretty cool. And then once I got a Super Nintendo of my own, starting to play Super Mario Brothers and then like getting Donkey Kong and then getting Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. And like I really grew to really love side-scrolling platforms for a very long time, which led to like me loving Sonic the Hedgehog and stuff like that. Like all that shit. Like, yeah, that's sort of how I started. Well, mine was like cousins, then finally get mine. I was like, addicted. And like he was saying earlier, like sometimes they didn't have saves. So you'd like go to bed, you turn the TV on, but leave the Nintendo on and then fuck off.
Yeah.
I
bet you, Reeps.
In your place.
Yeah.
So mine probably spurred on my actual gaming addiction or love for gaming. And that was on the NES, obviously, just the first Super Mario. And, like you say, you were given limited lives. If you couldn't complete a level and it was like bedtime because you're young, you'd leave it on and try and pick it up in the morning before school or after school or something like that. And then Super Mario 2, like you say, that changed a lot. And it felt weird and it felt different. And then when it came to Super Mario 3, they obviously went back to a little bit more originality. They were just always like, you could always play a Mario game. Some games that were out at the time, I mean, we're talking technology hadn't advanced as to where it is now, but Mario is Mario. It's side scrolling. And then the thing about that is there was no internet. There was all you had was magazines. So if you bought a gaming magazine, you'd find out, when we all first found out about the level skip pipes that you could go by, they go, on level 2, if you jump over instead of jumping under, you can then skip to world 6 or something. And you were like, I've got to do that. And the rush you had from doing that. And I feel like that's quite a nostalgic feel because this day and age, if you get stuck, you just go on Google and you go,
look for a walkthrough.
I think
you just Google level 6. Go on.
More than that, I think like because we didn't have the internet and stuff like that, you were nearly like that, not bored, but like you're so out of ideas that you just tried different shit and you'd kind of find it, and then you'd go to school and be like, never believe what I did. I ended up getting to like world 8 if you jump here, and then like there'd be that one kid who'd be like, yeah, I already know about that. It's like, what the fuck do you tell us for then, cunt? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Tell me how to break the game. Like I need to know.
And that's the nostalgic feel of a classic Mario. And I think that's, why the Super Mario Maker 2 did do really well, because you could create the old school levels and get that kind of little bit of nostalgia feeling. But no, that's where it all kicked off. And like you say, obviously it went into Sonic and, we had Sega's, we had the Nintendo. And, when Nintendo 64 came out on the PlayStation, I did switch to PlayStation. By choice, obviously you're still a kid, so you're like, Mummy, I want the PlayStation. But that was Mario's prime and introduction to the actual Mario, and then you knew it was going to go places. You could buy any magazine you'd pick up, Mario was on the front of it.
But like, even like talking about going to PlayStation, like PlayStation tried to make their mascot as well. Like you played all these side scrollers and stuff like that. Then you played like Mario Kart on Super Nintendo, and then like 64 or something. You go to Sony, you're like, you go to PlayStation, you're like, we don't have Mario anymore. We have Crash Bandicoot, which is essentially fucking Mario with a different character. Then you go, I play CTR, it's Crash Team Racing, which is fucking Mario Kart with different skins.
Yep.
Crash Bash, which is just fucking Mario Party, but with fucking
Crash Bandicoot.
Like, that's what I mean. Mario is like the spawn of all this shit. Like for a lot of it, Mario is the original. Like
Mario is the original mascot, gaming mascot. No matter
just side scrolling and then like level adventure character. Like,
but he was the platform on like if you think I was going to say it, but if you think Xbox, what do you think?
Master Chief.
Halo, exactly.
Yeah.
Then you go PlayStation. PlayStation, when I first saw a PlayStation, was Crash Bandicoot or Spyro.
And I was going to say, let's not forget about Spyro.
There were
Spyro
the
and
two.
Crash were the two big boys. They were
you
the
go
two big
Nintendo.
boys.
Nintendo had Mario and Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes,
yeah, exactly right.
Banjo-Kazooie.
But so Mario was the platform, the foundation for everyone franchising all these different types of games. Yeah. And which to me, like 225 games that include Mario into it.
Fucking Jesus.
220 fucking 5 games.
I don't reckon I've played 225 games in my life.
And let's just say 225 games, and the first one came out in 1985, or the first official Mario was 1985. So before 1985, Mario was becoming relevant. After 1985, he is still relevant in 2022, bringing out games, whether they're his solo games or side part, games or spin-offs.
But see, that's like I'm saying it now because I'm not a big Mario fan. You go and talk to my daughter or my son. You go give them a Switch. What game do they want to play? Mario.
Yep.
That's the goal.
They're playing Super Mario 3D World. Super Mario 3D World.
Mario started the let's go as well, essentially.
It's just unreal how much he has become relevant.
But I mean, even down to the point of
relevant,
doing like sports games on gaming is all, but most of them are either like a really shitty version or the fucking Mario version. You know what I mean? Like he even put them to the forefront of like gaming as well, like sports games and. Yeah,
if we're realistic with it, Nintendo holds so much power with what they've got. They may not have a lot, but what they've got is pure gems. So if you think that they hold Mario, they also hold Pokemon, one of the biggest franchises in the world. And you think, oh yeah, but that's only 2 things. And you go, yeah, but those 2 things are so relevant that it just never ends. Like with PlayStation, you could say they've got, this day and age, they've got like Horizon, right? One of the best games I've ever played. But then will Horizon be relevant in 20 years' time, just like Mario has been relevant? And Pokemon. I was a kid when I was playing Pokemon. I'm now buying the game that came out, a couple of weeks ago. It's still relevant.
If you go by Twitch viewings, yesterday before I hopped on, it went, from what I could see, like the ones down there might be a few other games I missed it. It went Apex, Pokemon Legends Arceus, and then a couple of games, and then like Warzone and stuff like that. I'm like, it's like, at the moment, the new game, it's right up there. It's right up there. It's there with the fucking most popular games. And the only reason Apex is probably there is because probably Nick Merckx was on or something like that. But I mean, like, there's such a big game at the moment. It's killing it. Like,
we're talking about we're talking like Mario and like you said, his sports game and shit. There's a Mario football game coming out.
Yes.
That looks fucking amazing.
Really?
Mario All Stars or something?
Mario Strikers Battle League.
Yeah.
Oh.
Comes out on June 10th, 2022. It's got cartoon violence, comic mischief. It's sort of like Rocket League where you can like run in and blow people up and shit, but as Mario.
That's pretty tough.
And it's gonna work.
It looks amazing.
That's the one thing you have to give Mario games. Very, like, I can't think of a game where it didn't work. They just work. They work.
Yeah. I think Nintendo are very good at releasing their games with like very minor, like you go on your PlayStation or your Xbox, right? And you go on to something like Call of Duty or you go on to a newly released games, there will be patches like every week and every month. Nintendo, right? I loaded up a game I hadn't played in ages. There was 1 patch for it. And it was tiny. They pretty much mastered their games beforehand. So that's why when you release a new game like Mario or any of the other like Pokemons or something like that, they only need the minimal amount of polishing, and that's why they nail it. And again, they go, okay, so Mario, we marketed him ages ago, 1985, and then we made Jumpman, and we released a little bit of merchandise. Thousands of merchandise later, they're releasing Mario Strikers, right? when that game gets released, I can guarantee you'll see in all your game shops all over Amazon and stuff like that, they will have Mario in football outfits and Mario with football hats, and you'll be able to buy these things. They market it so well that
that's not the only Mario game coming out this year.
Yeah.
And the thing is with Mario, they did this one-off thing that actually worked, and it was they joined Mario with not Rayman, but the Rabbids of Rayman. And
I don't like that addition. I don't like the addition of Rabbids. I hate the Rabbids character in the whole series, but that's just me.
But like
we have to have a negative on here somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been a very positive episode so far.
That's the second Mario game that's supposed to be coming out this year is Mario and plus Rabbids.
So I'll interject now. Like usually when we do like a talk about, especially a game, movies, anything like that, when we do the topics, every time we always have like a worst parts.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me to think of a worst part of Mario. Like the only thing I can think of is like when there was like the GameCube and the Wii U sort of thing, or that little era there. I think you felt like they were flogging the fuck out of Mario. You're like, they're not doing it so good.
Everything was Mario.
Everything was not quite working out. Now that it's come to Switch, complete fucking turnaround. It's like, we want more Mario. Fucking bring out more. Like, he's fucking awesome. All the games that they brought out with Mario in it, just what it was, I think, was actually a console restriction. Now that they've got the Switch, they can play these games and they look fantastic and they look awesome and they run amazing and the levels are huge and they put so much content into it that Mario's back. I think that's what it was. I don't even think it was the Mario that was the problem. I think it was the fact that their console sucked eggs and couldn't do anything.
Yeah, I think what your argument is going back onto the exact same thing that we said in previous episode, in our Nintendo episode, where that whole era, Microsoft and Sony just blew everything out of the water in that era, console related.
Yeah,
and
exactly right.
So like
the invention of the disc.
Yeah. And I don't think Nintendo kept up with it. And when they tried to do something, it was always, all right, we should throw Mario in it here. We should throw Mario in it there. The only two games of that era that come out that I actually liked from the GameCube era to the Wii U era were the two Super Smash Bros. Games.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's only because of the fact that it was something different from Nintendo.
Yeah, that's true.
But and then you have a look at it now where not every game that's coming out on the Switch is Mario, but you're gonna get these great games.
Supposedly in amongst there's a couple of absolute super Mario gems. Like I've heard Super Mario Galaxy 2 was an absolute fucking gem.
Mm-hmm.
Like an absolute banging game.
That's what I've heard. Yep.
And then Paper Mario, not the original, but the ones afterwards, all those Paper Marios were meant to be really, really good too. But
Paper Mario
supposedly was good.
2 and 3.
Yes, but they're very different from your average Mario game, and I think that was quite hard for me to grasp. So when I played, obviously when you play a normal Mario game, everything's exactly how you expect it to be. Paper Mario is a very different style game. It's sort of like when they did Dr. Mario and it was basically Tetris, right? It was hard to grasp that, and some people liked it, some people didn't. I did give it a try. I couldn't get on with it, but I did enjoy the concept of it and say, it is something different from Mario, and it will cater to a specific audience like that, but it's just not my cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like Super Mario Odyssey?
Odyssey was different. Odyssey reminded me a little bit of obviously Mario 64 because it was more 3D. It wasn't side scroller, and it gave you a little bit of a sense of we're bringing back the N64 kind of feel, the 3D, the jumping around, the collectibles and stuff. I liked it, but I think sometimes with those you do clash with your nostalgia and you think, oh, it's going to be really good like my nostalgia, and it wasn't.
Yeah, right.
Because there was different things. It's like when it's what was it? When Sonic the Hedgehog released the Sonic the Hedgehog where you could turn into a wolf. It was good concept, but it's not working for me, Super Mario Sunshine, that was fun. Going around Super Mario Sunshine was so fun going around.
Is that when you got the little water plant thing?
Yeah, and it's a water jetpack as well. You could just fly around and stuff. That was fun.
Yeah. Well, on the fucking Beard and the Bird podcast, we love doing a top 5, and we love springing it on people where they have no idea what the fuck they should. I don't have time to get a list. This is completely off the fucking top of their head. The Magpie should have known that there's a top 5 coming. Like, he knows.
I know there's a top 5 coming. I just don't know when it's not fucking. I just don't know when you spring it on me. All right, you just out of the blue. You can't.
Here it is.
And you're gonna start with me, aren't you, cunt?
No, we'll start with Reaper. We'll start with the guest.
Thank you.
Guess first. So we're gonna do. I wasn't sure what the top 5 I was gonna do today, but I'm just gonna do top 5 games. The top 5 Mario games, or the Mario franchise games that just you fucking love, played the fuck out of, told everyone about it, still want to play it now, wish you still had the old version of it, everything like that. So I want your top 5 Magpie and Reaps and myself, and we'll start with you, Benny. What is number 5?
Oh, all right. So number 5, I'm going to have to say is probably going to be okay. So as much as I say I liked it, Super Mario Sunshine, only because I mean it's in the top 5, so it's still really good.
Fuck yeah! And if there's 225 games?
Yeah, exactly. You're looking for 5 out of 225. Yeah. It's not going to be easy. I liked it because that did give me a little bit of that nostalgia feeling, and it worked really well for what they did. And I fully just enjoyed that immersiveness of being a 3D Mario and doing all the little side quests and stuff like that.
Fuck yeah.
Number 4.
No, you're getting ahead of yourself.
We got to do it all.
Oh no, you all did 5.
Yeah.
Go, Magpie. I saw you bouncing. I can see you got an answer.
I'm going through the list, and it's classed as the Mario game, so I'm gonna have to put it there. Super Smash Brothers Smash.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. I'm actually gonna put the original Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that down. That's my number 5. Like, that's the one that I first played. That's the one that every now and again I bust it out on the Switch and I play it still and have a good time. I've got it on the Super Nintendo still.
Yeah, Super Smash Brothers is fucking pretty good. Righto.
Number 4.
Okay, so number 4, even though it's a highly rated game, I'm going to have to say Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8 to be precise.
Oh, okay, nice.
Only reason being,
you can do the whole franchise if you want.
Yeah, you could do all the Mario Kart.
Yeah, we're happy. We're happy to like bundle it.
Yeah. So Mario Kart, I love Mario Kart. Right. It's probably because I'm just not amazing at it. Like, if I play my brother and my missus, I'm really good at it. Okay, I beat them quite easily, but that's because I'm a gamer and they're not. But I know that I am nowhere near the level that some of these people, they manage to get every single shortcut. They manage to basically do Rainbow Road like it's nothing. And I'm just like, nah, that's not happening for me. I fall off all the time, you know? And I think I mean, that's the whole point of Mario Kart, isn't it? Yeah. There is going to be a difficulty setting. But I think I just enjoy that because that's more of a family. Everyone gets together, you have a laugh, you all shout at each other and throw your controller and you go, you cheated or whatever. It's one of those games, and that's why it's in my top 5, but not at the top.
Fuck yeah. Oh, I agree so much.
I agree so much that's my number 4 as well.
Oh, I thought you were gonna leave that for 1. There you go.
No. I've got one for 1.
I'm gonna join in. I'm gonna say Super Mario Kart as well. But for me, like, the nostalgia one of Super Nintendo's version of it is the one that's still nostalgia in my head. But like, I loved 8 as well. Like, playing with the missus, and she doesn't play any games, but how like into it she gets, and she's, oh, you always beat me by so much. And it's like, yeah, because I'm a fucking nerd. Leave me alone.
Get good, kid. Get good. Get good, scrub.
Yeah, but it's funny how, like, no matter how bad you are, like, people are at that game, like, they did all like the catch up. Like, when you're in front, you drive really slow, but if you're at the back, you drive really fast. Like, everything like that to make it so it's so competitive the whole time is fucking cool.
Yeah. Not to mention, when you're at the front, all you ever get is like maybe one banana peel or a coin, and yet you're at the back. Obviously, you get the blue shell that everyone tends to hate.
Blue shell, bullet bills,
stars, and stuff like that. Yeah,
the fucking the infinite 8s.
I get that is the premise, and that is like, it makes it a little bit more of a fairer game for people who are falling behind. But you wouldn't find that in F1 or like Need for Speed, would it? You'd just be like, look, just get good, scrub.
Yeah, exactly.
Number three.
So, number three, I'm going to have to put the original Super Mario Bros. On NES simply for nostalgic reasons. It is the one thing that basically got me into gaming. I love it to pieces, and it's one of those games that no matter how good or bad you are this day and age, that is one difficulty settings. You have 3 lives unless you get more with coins or green mushrooms, and you play it, and that is it. It's a classic, and that's why it's a nostalgia classic.
Fuck yes. Magpie?
Mario Tennis.
Oh yeah. Mario Tennis?
I'm not a big tennis fan, but I just like the simple fact that with Mario Tennis, like, you get your power-ups and everything. You can, hit them at a certain point in time and, stuff up the opponent, all of that type of shit. I think Mario Tennis is there as a game. Like, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I'm going to do nostalgia, and now I'm going to do Super Mario Party, like all of them. I love the idea of Super Mario Party, the fact that it was like a game board and everyone played, and they're all mini games. So you didn't even have to be good. You just have to be like lucky or there. Like sometimes you could just be standing still and everyone else go and fall off and die. Like, yeah, I win. And I love that premise. I remember playing it as a kid. We still play it now. It's so much fun. It's so well done. Like the mini games on it are so well done. But that's my number 3 is Super Mario Party, the whole entire franchise.
Definitely.
Number two,
following what you've just said, is Super Mario Party. So for me, Super Mario Party is, you can sit there with just, you can play on your own sometimes against the computer. You can play with 2 people. You can play with 4 people. I love, like you just said, the things that you've just said. It is a party game. It is fun. It is always pretty, or like 90% of it is based on luck. And you have those times where it's just like, it doesn't matter how good you are, right? It all boils down to the luck of a dice roll, and it boils down to like what path you want to take. Do I go left and pay the thwomp and then get that way quicker, or do I go around and get an item? And I love that premise. And anyone can get, like, it doesn't matter if you're good at gaming or not. I could ask my mum to play it, and she'd get the grip of it pretty much like within 5-10 minutes. She'd go, all you do is you roll a dice, you choose where you go, whoever gets more stars wins. And I just love that it's such a family-friendly and easy game for anyone to play. I just love that.
And the controller throwing part where you like getting all the stars and then right at the end they get 2 double stars in a row. You're just like, no, fuck you, that's fucking shit.
Yeah, and then they hand out the prizes. It's the unlucky. It's like, fuck!
The person who died the most, have a star.
I don't get Joe. I lost the other day to my brother and my missus because I had all these stars, and they went, oh yeah, but they took less steps, so here's a couple of stars for them. And they didn't earn as much coins, so they've got the premise of called like a short change or something like that. Yeah. And they get stars, and I'm like, bro, I just absolutely raged because I was first place for about 90% of the game, and you've just gone, here, have a consolation prize that makes you win.
And guess what? It puts you 1 star ahead.
And then there's like every now and again it'll finish and you'll go, this person got the most steps, he has the most friends and jumped on the most people, so here, have more stars for mine. It's like, yeah, I actually won for like being good.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Random handout of stars.
Number 2 for you, Magpoo. Oh, we got a freeze. Number 2 for you, Magpie.
Number 2 for me is Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury.
Oh,
so
I have to say I have never played that game.
So it's Super Mario 3D World that was made for the Switch. So it's now incorporating online multiplayer, amiibo functionality, 4-player co-op as well, plus its own little in-game extra game called Bowser's Fury. It's sort of like let's say Super Mario Galaxy, where you got like different areas of the map and shit, and it's all different. And the whole reason why I picked that is that's the game that my kids are playing right now, and that's the game that I'm helping them out with. It's just that sort of it's there. That's the Mario game that I'm playing now.
Looks pretty tough. I'm gonna,
Okay,
so I'm gonna go a bit left field. I'm gonna go the one that probably spawned the entire thing. My number 2 is Donkey Kong Country.
Fair point.
I love Donkey Kong Country. That's still one of my favorite games of all time. Like, it's such a good game. To me, like that side-scrolling one, the graphics, the music, everything's so good. So good. Fucking love it.
Absolutely.
I remember like playing it till like midnight and then getting in trouble for still playing the fucking Nintendo. And good times.
If it was on Game Boy, it was where you'd hide it under your pillow and you just pretend you're asleep.
Yeah.
And then they close the door again and you're like, play.
You don't know.
Oh, the childhood.
Or you'd steal a pair, like you'd finally get a pair of headphones when headphones weren't really a thing, and you'd plug it into your Game Boy. You're like, I can play, and they won't even know I'm playing. Yes.
No noise. There.
Number 1.
Numero uno. Number 1 for me has got to be, and it is one of the most recent games that Mario brought out, and it's got to be Super Mario Maker for me. Super Mario Maker 2, to be precise.
Fuck yeah. I love watching you play that, bro.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Right.
Hey, you get like a level that's fun, and the next level is fucking rage fucking inducing. And
yeah. The best thing about that is you just take generations of Mario and you put it, just the side-scrolling ones, not 3D, but you take generations of Mario and you put it into one game and you go, just have at it, do what you want within reason, do what you want, right? And like you say, playing that on stream with playing viewer levels, the levels that I've played that have been like either really nice platforming games where it's kind of, collect these red coins and there's a couple of difficult bits and a boss battle at the end, like a classic Mario. I enjoy them, and I'm like, you've never played that game. You've never played it before because it doesn't exist. Someone else created this to exist. But then, like you say, I've played, you play speedruns and troll levels. Troll levels are probably the best thing to ever happen to Mario. Like, you purposely have to die so that you kind of get respawned in the right, like, pixel slot. And it's like you sort of constantly going, there's an end to this, and that to get there, you have to die, or you have to jump down here and you have to lose your health because you have to be smaller to go under something. And then the speed runs that I've played. Oh, the speed runs. There's this French guy that comes into my, honestly, no, there's this French guy that comes into my Twitch streams, right? And he'll always drop a level code that's a speed run, and they are tight. They are down to the millisecond of how you have to perfect this 20 seconds of Mario at constant run speed. Is just, it gets me buzzed. It gets me so buzzed. And when you finally get it, you just hit it and the timer just says 0 and you finally get it and you just, oh yes, it's so good, man. Such a good feeling. Honestly, it's got to be one of the best games I've ever played. Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. You talking about it when you watching it makes me want to play it. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm just not good enough at side scrollers to be able to play that game. Like, you're too good at it. Like, you got it all down to a fucking art. I'm fucking trash.
There are some bits that you can't do. There's like shell jumps and stuff like that where you have to jump, kick the shell against the wall, and then manage to perfectly bounce off of that shell whilst it's bounced to get higher. I can't do them. People have chucked level codes in for me, and they've gone, do this, and I've spent half an hour doing it. I'm like, listen, mate, I can only stream for like 3 hours. Like, I can't do this, man. I just got to admit that I'm a scrub at this bit, and I played your level, I enjoyed it, but I can't do that bit. Sorry.
Shit.
What's your number 1, Maggie Pies?
My number 1, I have to go back to the one that started it all for me. Mario 64. Simple as that.
Yeah.
It's just nostalgic reasons. Like, if I think back on Mario, that's the first Mario game that comes to mind, because Mario 64.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it appeals to me. Oh, it might appeal to other people for different things, but for me, it's just nostalgic. Like, I would love to get an N64, sit down in front of a TV and just go back and play it again.
I think on the Switch now you can get the 64 emulator and you can play it on there, eh?
Yeah, I think you can.
But it's like $60 a year or something like that. I was like, I'm not fucking interested in that. Fuck off.
Exactly. So
if you're like Magpie and you've got more than one Nintendo Switch, you can get the family pack. And I think for the UK, it's only like 20 quid a year. So I don't know.
It's like $70 a year sort of thing.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So it's expensive enough that I've gone, nah, fuck that.
Yeah. What about you, Thomas? What's your numero uno?
Come on, man. I've spoke about it in like nearly any top 5 games of all time for me. Like it's right up there. It's right up there. It's like my number 3 game of all time. Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island is the fucking goatest game of all time. It's so good. The music, the storyline, the brightness, the fucking darkness of the evil levels, the fucking boss battles, Mario's only a kid, but who cares? Like, it's so good. It's so well done. So well done. Yeah. Like that, you can't break the game because the game's pretty much unbreakable. Like it's like, I don't think you can speed run it. Like it has everything, like every level had like a completionist aspect to it. Like it was just perfect in every single way for me as a side scrolling game. And for me, I don't think they'll ever master it. They will never get as good a game as that one.
And I've got to admit, it's very wholesome as well. Like the fact that it's a Mario game, but actually you're playing as Yoshi.
Yeah.
And Mario's just like, if you get damaged, Mario just goes off in a little bubble and you got to go and catch him. That's such a wholesome little thing, man. I love it. And
then when you get the Super Mario start, you like Yoshi fucks off and the baby starts running around with this little cape going, fucking shit up. Now I just love that game so much, bro. I really do. That game is.
It goes to show though that Mario appeals to no matter what audience. Magpie, not exactly a massive Mario fan, but still has games that he loves of Mario.
Yeah,
and I love that. You don't have to appeal to every audience, but you still have a bit of Mario in your life. Everyone has a bit of Mario in their life as a gamer.
Everyone's played at least one Mario game in their time. At least one. Some people say, I've never played a Halo game. I've never played, a Forza game or something, anything. But like,
that's fine.
No one's ever said I've never played a Mario game before. Never.
And if they did, they're liars.
And that's obviously with the
like people who pee in the shower.
Yeah,
exactly.
we all do it, but we don't like to admit it half the time.
Some people in this world, people who piss in the shower and people who lie.
Yeah, exactly. I think with the Mario, like you say now, this day and age, have you played Halo and have you played this stuff like that? The great split and divide with consoles and obviously PC. So many different franchises got created that it was when you had Nintendo, you had Nintendo. That was it.
Yeah.
And then you had Sega, which was like, you had the Sonic and Mario. And then when you expand and you've got like, if I went PlayStation and you went Xbox, of course you're going to play Halo. And of course I'm going to play what, Sony had. And that's where the massive divide is. But then when you were a kid, when you had the consoles, you had the NES, the SNES, the N64, the GameCube. And then they were the first people to say, let's make it handheld. And then they had Mario on the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy, or the Nintendo DS. They've had so much for them. They've created so much. And they do look at, the world looks at Nintendo as slightly lesser because Sony are these big companies. Xbox have got this, Sony have got this. But
Xbox and Sony are out there doing an acquisition war right now. And it's just like Nintendo sitting in the background, still throwing out AAA games like, I don't care. Yeah. You have some more Mario. Like, fuck it, I don't care. Everyone's going to love it.
Xbox saying, oh yeah, we own Blizzard now, so that means we own Call of Duty, and Sony go, we own Bungie that made this, and Nintendo go, yeah, we still got Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon, so up yours.
Yeah, exactly right.
That's it.
In saying that, I would probably really like if like a Microsoft or someone got a hold of Pokemon just for a game. It's one game. Microsoft in conjunction with Bethesda, if they could just make one Pokemon game together, thank fuck, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want Skyrim, but with Pokemon. That's all I want.
Oh, yes.
All I've ever wanted.
Yes.
We look at
is close.
Well, I was literally about to say, so you look at what Nintendo can do with Arceus, right? Now, Nintendo, you don't play a Nintendo game for graphics. If you play a Nintendo game for graphics, you're looking at it wrong. Nintendo go for the franchise of Mario, Pokemon, and Zelda, the storylines you can get out of them, and what Nintendo can do. You play Sony, Xbox, and PC for your graphics and your storylines. if someone like Sony, Xbox, or if PC, Steam or something managed to get hold of the product of Pokemon and create that, it would be a dream come true, and I would love to see them follow a story of Ash Ketchum, right? We all grew up playing the games and having to be your own character and stuff, but if you could play maybe a story of Ash Ketchum and do all these side stories and go through the movies, Mewtwo, this, that, and the other, I'd love that. Something like Final Fantasy. Square Enix made Final Fantasy. That was an amazing game. Final Fantasy 7. Let's be specific.
Yep.
7. But like something like that, running around, meeting new characters, playing almost like Arceus, where you can, you got to sneak up and catch the Pokemon and stuff like that. But you're right. If they managed to get hold of something like that, yeah, I'd play the hell out of that. I'd pre-order the hell out of that.
Oh, bro, I played it till my fingers bled. Righto. Well, this Beard and the Bird episode's gone way longer than usual, but that's okay. It's because it hasn't felt like it's dragged, so it's been a fucking blast.
This is what you get when you have guests on that, we all agree. We all don't agree, but agree.
Shit. Sorry, hang on.
We all get along. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Fucking hell.
My legs just randomly started talking and started playing music. Sorry.
But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, guys. I hope you enjoyed our episode of Mario.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hanging out, Benny. You've been awesome. Thank you for joining us in the fucking podcast. Sometimes it gets boring just talking to Magpie.
Yeah. Have you seen him? Look at him. You get bored by that face sometimes, eh?
No, you don't.
I'll be honest, guys.
Gorgeous.
After watching your podcast, listening and stuff like that, I always wanted to be part of it because obviously I get on with you guys really well. You were like my first like proper friends in the streaming world. So, when I met you guys through Twitch and stuff like that, I was like, I've got to be in on this because the stuff that you talk about, and I'm just like, man, I had points on that. I'm sitting there shouting at the screen going, oh yeah, this. And I'm like, I'm not involved. So honestly, it's been great. And I genuinely, I can't wait to, hopefully be on a future episode about, I don't know, something else that we all love together, like, Star Wars.
For sure.
Man. We'll book you in for Star Wars once we do Star Wars. Star Wars is in the background there. It'll happen.
Yeah.
We'll need you. We'll need you to cover off all the spin-off series and stuff.
That'll be an extra long episode, bro.
I just can't wait to talk about Star Wars just to go. Star Wars has nothing to do with Jedis and Siths. It's everything to do with politics, and that's all it is.
Absolutely.
It's essentially just a big movie about government.
Anyway, politics with laser swords.
Thank you so much for hanging out. You've all been amazing. Please leave in the comments or DM us or anything like that your favorite fucking Mario game or favorite Mario character, anything. Favorite Mario catchphrase. It could just be "Let's go" or
"Let's go."
I don't actually know if they say anything else in Mario. Yoshi makes like a little beep noise.
Yeah.
Hold on. Before we let this go, Yoshi, when he dies or runs away, does the cutest little we can't leave the episode without that.
I didn't know you could make that noise. I just like the little face he makes when he tries to shit out an egg. It's like a little fucking egg comes out.
No, this has been great. I love it. It's been good.
Thank you so much, guys. You've all been amazing. Until next time.
Peace out.